Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Can you hear, can you hear, can you hear my voice? Coming through, coming through, coming through the noise. I'm floating through outer space. I'm lost and I can't find a way. Oh, all the lights going dark and my hopes destroyed. Help me, is anybody there? Save me, I'm running out of air. Calling out Mayday. Calling out Mayday. It's so dark out here in space. And it's been so long since I've seen a face. My eyes are shut but I can see the void between you and me. And I feel like I'm going insane. Help me, is anybody there? Save me, I'm running out of air. Calling out Mayday. Calling out Mayday. Far from the sun, beyond stars, I hear their song. They're coming closer, talking without sound, calling me home. Calling out Mayday. Calling out Mayday. Save me, I'm running out of air. I'm running out of air. I'm running out of air. I'm running out of air.
Minecraft Legends is an action strategy game in which you unite the overworld mobs and command them, and with the help of the allies defeat a piglin invasion. You will recognize the environments and the creatures, but Minecraft Legends also introduces a lot of new things, and we may or may not know what is true and what is myth.
At Mojang Studios, we want to make more experiences, new and different from what we have done so far. Like, we have a lot of possibilities and a lot of creativity in the studio to broaden the experiences for our audience and our players of our games. Minecraft Legends is totally new, it's a different experience, you do different things and so on, but you're still in the familiar universe of Minecraft, and you feel at home, but it's a new type of game, and we hope to get more people to experience the wonderful world of Minecraft.
The hero in this game, put quite simply, is you. This is not a story about a particular character. This is a story about you, and that the events of the story unfold, and there's some characters in the story who need your help, and they come to find you, and then give you the tools, and kind of hope that you can literally save the overworld.
Yeah. No pressure. So the whole idea with Minecraft Legends, of course, is that it is a legend. So we aren't necessarily saying that this is the history of the overworld. What we're trying to convey with this story is that it is one of many stories of the overworld. It's a possibility. It's a what if. It's a bedtime story, as we've shown in the trailer. Mm-hmm. And like all great legends, they start maybe with a kernel of truth, but as those legends are passed down and those stories are told and retold, the teller will embellish certain details and the story will start to evolve. So classic Minecraft players know that mobs equal bad or mobs equal villains in vanilla Minecraft, but here they're allies. And if people are asking, is that fact? Did that really happen? We're not saying that that's exactly what happened, but
Yep.
Maybe it did. Do you think it did?
I think this is a game for everybody. It covers such a broad range of gameplay. I would say that you don't need any experience of Minecraft, but it will be super, if you know a lot of Minecraft, you have played a lot of our other games, you will feel at home, but it's different as well.
Absolutely. It's definitely will feel familiar to Minecraft fans, but there's something new for them as well. And it'll be something that I think gamers of all types will be able to enjoy.
The antagonists of Minecraft Legends are the piglins, who are a species of kind of pigs that inhabit the dimension known as the Nether, that a lot of Minecraft players will be familiar with.
They're chaotic and nasty, but they're also a little bit adorable.
Yeah.
Like they want to kill you, you kind of want to hug them. It's really a bit of that Minecraft. It's always a little bit scary and a little bit cute, and so we kept that close at hand as we were imagining the piglins as players know them from Minecraft today, and thinking about what they might have been at the height of their power. One of the things I've appreciated the most since I joined Mojang is the willingness of the studio to give the right resources, to let us get the right team, the right people to make this game, because it's a different kind of a challenge than the other games, the Minecraft that we make inside the studio, because we are making Minecraft Legends with some friends who live in a faraway land called Canada, and some friends who live over in Redmond as well at Microsoft.
So there's been a small team in Stockholm and Redmond that have been working on Minecraft Legends since 2018. And at that time, we partnered with BBI, Blackbird Interactive, up in Vancouver, Canada. And Lee runs the team up there, which is quite sizable.
It's a substantial team. So I started on the project in 2018. We had a very small team doing prototype. Since then, we've grown to a gigantic team, really, and working very closely with Stockholm and Redmond to partner on creative and technology and production.
Well, we chose to work this way to bring a kind of a strategy or an action strategy game into the Minecraft universe, and felt we needed a partner that had that expertise to kind of make this happen. And that's when we partnered with Blackbird.
As we were working on Minecraft Legends, we had a code name, and the codename was Project Badger. So a colleague thought it was, he found this shirt with the like a badger print, and I wore it on one of the Minecraft live events in 2018. Of course, like no one knew what Project Badger was, but we thought it was quite funny. I'm hoping that the players will enjoy the game. I also hope that our players will enjoy all the new environments and the new creatures that we add, and also the story that Minecraft Legends has.
So over the coming months, we will release a lot more information on Minecraft Legends, as well as introduce you to the massive team we have building it up at Blackbird.
I'm really looking forward to see your reactions on Minecraft Legends once it's released.
Come here. Was that an itch?
Come on.
Sorry, what was I saying? We wanted Minecraft Legends to feel alive, so we drew a lot of inspiration from the real world. Things like, as you walk through the environment, there's like birds that fly out of the trees, gusts of wind that happen every now and again. That added a really nice complexity that made it seem like, you know, you weren't just in this very stale environment, you were part of something that was living.
We have a bunch of animals in the world, and it's all keyframed as opposed to procedural, which is how they approached it for Minecraft Original. That gave us the ability to have variations of idols and walks to make them feel more alive.
We had to find the compromise between procedural and hand-painted. So we had to hand-paint all the mountains in ZBrush, then work on it in Substance Designer, then work on them again in Photoshop because it's pixel art. So it was a very hard process, but in the end the mountains are just beautiful.
So on one hand, we had to come up with an art direction that is more grounded. On the other hand, because it's idyllic, because it looks like a fairy tale a little bit, we had to heighten the reality of the game on the other side.
Because we knew we were going to be introducing quite a bit of conflict in the form of a new enemy that people have never been introduced to before. The scars are still there. They never go away.
We try to give them very dynamic and contrasting personalities in terms of color. The piglins have a lot of gold trim, angry red, flames.
Stinky, green. We wanted to support piglin personality with their biomes. We were working on it before the Nether update had really come out. We were simultaneously getting some screenshots from Mojang as they were developing the Nether update, and so we were kind of developing piglins.
I like to think of Minecraft Legends as controlled cacophony. Part of like what makes it sound good is the chaos. We had a lot of fun with it, and I think that's the kind of detail that exists all over the place in our soundscape.
cool. The grass going back and forth. So there's that little sense of wonder that comes with the danger as well.
The sound design for Minecraft Legends and how it supports the story and the gameplay, specifically for the story. I mean, if you think about Minecraft Legends and it being a legend, that gave us a lot of creative freedom to breathe something fresh into something that we thought was familiar.
The sound design and music also leads the emotional impact of every scene and every event in the game. Like if there's a big fight, we have music that can escalate in different phases, structures that make big blasting sounds, and you feel that you're in the fight.
It's cacophonous sometimes, so we put a lot of work into giving each unit and each structure and each thing that you can do very signature sound.
We had a lot of fun early on trying to figure out what the different characters could sound like. We were bringing in random odds and ends, like Jenga blocks or bamboo chimes to try and like make the skeleton sound.
I really love recording things that you acquire. They have such a signature thing, and that's not in any other game.
There's a lot of moments of delight that we've put into the game, and when we hear them, and I'm sure when our players hear them too, they're going to pick up on it and they're really going to enjoy that.
When you enter a new biome in the original Minecraft, all the music is random and the sounds are mostly made of the actions you do. Whereas in Minecraft Legends, audio reacts to your actions. So when you venture out on an adventure and you go through different biomes, you can hear, oh, the weather changes, the music changes. There's a lot of things that is dynamic with the audio and music.
Minecraft Legends is a procedurally generated world. Every time you play, it will be different. So in designing our music systems, we did imbue a little bit of that randomness.
Because the game is, several biomes, and they have their own personality, both in the music and in the ambiences. One of the other things is, we have a day-night cycle, and it's much more dangerous at night, just like in Minecraft. So, we change the ambiences, we change the music, and in the distance, we'll have like distant kind of echoes of piglins, and like, oh, things are dangerous in this world now, so it's not safe.
So great.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was going to say add in some pig stuff, and then you started adding in pig stuff. Great.
There's so many new piglin sounds in Minecraft Legends, and we have casted so many different actors.
The personality that they embodied and imbued into the sounds, I mean, each unit, it's unique, it's iconic, it's full of personality, and something that players will learn who that is, or what that piglin is, and what it does. I'm listening to it, I'm there, I can see the person, and my brain is still like, that's not him.
I mean, the sound design for the original Piglin served as sort of a starting point for all this new different variation. Nailed it.
It was a tricky thing to navigate, and I think our voice actors in the end did a really good job when, the brief is sound like a pig. The thing I'm most proud of for the entire project is just the audio team and the way that we've hit every challenge that we've had into creating the sound experience that is Minecraft Legends.
The audio team has created a soundscape that is both truly authentic to Minecraft, but also has a completely new and unique identity.
I hope players love it. I hope they want to spend time in the world. I hope that they discover all the little bits of love that we put in there, and I hope that they feel like, yeah, this is a really worthy entry into the Minecraft universe.
They become allies as opposed to what you see in vanilla Minecraft today, where they are hostile in and around the world.
The game is a utopia, so you have a bit of a different relationship with something like the creeper in our game than you would in vanilla Minecraft, because when you see creepers, you're scared of them and you kind of want to run away. And we needed to keep that kind of, it explodes when it gets near something. So we worked that into the mechanic, but by keeping the texture, proportions, making sure we maintain its iconic facial features.
We tried making the zombie smile, whatnot, but it didn't quite seem in character.
We tried to take the personality of the characters into consideration. We put hats on them.
yeah, we put hats on them. We made them cuter, bigger eyes, more appealing. I think the animation team did a really good job.
The reason we ended up putting hats on the zombie and the skeleton is because, as any Minecraft player knows, they burn in daytime, so we had to kind of justify a way for them to not turn into flame in the middle of the day. So we had to come up with some hats that were appropriate to their personality, but playing off of the vanilla mechanic of they can wear a helm and then they don't explode. So we had some fun with that.
It's this idyllic world. There's nothing but peace, all the beings of the overworld coexisting with harmony without fear. But then something does get introduced to their pristine world. A species called the piglins, they found their way to cross over, and they're there to devour, take everything that's not theirs.
We kind of just treated them a bit like they were children that were kind of armed with the resources to do what they want, but maybe not the knowledge of how to do it well. So the grunters and the runts, they're the ones that kind of get sent in first. There's a million of them, they die really quickly.
Yeah, they're the tiny guys, and they offer quite a bit of comedy relief because they're small and they're holding these large weapons that are too big for their body.
Yeah.
The animation worked on them, and it looked like they were unbalanced all the time. Yeah.
We just had a lot of fun with how do you separate these different hordes of piglins from each other, but still keep that main sort of theme that they come from the Nether. And at the time that we were designing it, the Nether update hadn't come out yet. And so as we were designing for the piglins, we kind of had to keep our head on a swivel because we have to, try and keep pace with what vanilla Minecraft is doing.
We had to find ways to introduce new things that are unique to this game, but at the same time, we had to make sure that the story and the mystery that is so dear to the Minecraft franchise is respected. So always finding that nice middle ground has been a constant challenge.
Down comes the wall. You go in, you attack the castle.
It's super exciting. Having just a mass amount of units in PvP is really fun to play with, and also building really cool bases.
The original Minecraft has been out for over a decade, so we wanted to have something that felt familiar and yet fresh. Delicate balance, but I think we managed quite well. So we wanted to try and create something that was relatively new. We didn't want to take just the Minecraft IP and slap it on a standard RTS. We wanted to really kind of create something that felt like a Minecraft strategy game as opposed to just a strategy game with creepers in it. We definitely took some inspiration from some other games, but we were really trying to blaze a new trail as much as we could.
The PvP is a bit of a remix of the story. It takes the kind of elements that you've learned through the campaign and allows you to kind of reuse them in different ways.
The objective of the game is to destroy the other team's base. You have 2 different teams. You have a blue team and an orange team, and each team can have up to 4 players on it. As the game progresses, you can get stronger mobs and stronger structures to build.
And these structures are interesting in that they create counterplay opportunities for your opponent. So say if 2 people are playing against each other and one person builds a new structure that increases their ability to command mobs, like that increases the size of their army, their opponent can now target that structure and destroy it in order to remove that buff from the opposing team.
There's probably a ton of strategies out there that players are going to do that we're going to have no idea of, like, oh yeah, we didn't even think about that.
I think the PvP component of Legends enhances the game significantly. With the procedurally generated multiplayer maps that you get, it's like every playable experience is new and unique.
We wanted to focus on a game that was less about everything being exactly fair all the time and kind of embracing more of a chaotic fun element to the game. The campaign has this procedural world and Minecraft in general has a procedural world, so we wanted to lean into that.
And in the PvP space, the resources are, you have to fight for them. So if there's only one location where you can acquire diamonds, then in that particular session, that might be a hot spot for combat where the players are fighting over the diamonds because they want to get access to them.
semuanya. Maaf ya, tadi ada ini tadi dulu. Oke, halo semuanya, kembali lagi di channel Anda si Bowo 2 ya. Channel ini mengupload video game, acara penting dan pemberitahuan. Oke, hari ini akan merilis game terbaru, yaitu Minecraft Legend ya. Oke, tadi video sebelumnya kita sudah menjelaskan mengenai game ini tadi ya, mengenai game baru ini, PvP, apalagi mob baru, apalagi tadi tuh musik dan suaranya ya itu ya, sama pemandangan fenomena itu ya, gunung sama kota gitu. Oke, yang hari ini yang sudah hari ini yang sudah join live ini, pastikan kalian sudah berikan donasi ya. Kalian sudah memberikan donasinya lewat link yang sudah disediakan di deskripsi berikut. Oke, oh ya, ada lagi video terakhir, itu video mengenai demo Minecraft Legend. Nah, untuk cara bermainnya gimana guys? Cara main Minecraft Legend gimana guys? Nah, ini sudah disediakan video demo Minecraft Legend ya. Oke, jadi kita akan tunggu sebentar lagi ya. Nanti menunjukkan waktu jam 1.45 atau jam 10 malam nanti. Oke, waktu kita untuk peluncuran Minecraft Legend 1 jam 35 menit lagi ya. Waktu peluncuran Minecraft Legend tersisa 1 jam 35 menit lagi. Oke, bagi yang join live ini, ayo berikan donasinya dong untuk di game Minecraft Legend nanti. Nanti saya download nanti game Minecraft Legend nanti. Ayo berikan donasinya dong. Nanti saya akan membeli game ini nanti. Saya nanti akan beli game ini nanti. Oke, kalau gitu saya permisi dulu ya. Oke, kalau gitu saya keluar dulu ya. Oke, kalian tunggu sampai live. Kalian tunggu waktunya. Kalau kalian mau nunggu boleh, atau mau keluar dari live boleh juga. Oke, kalau gitu terima kasih. Oke guys, inilah guys video mengenai demo Minecraft Legend. Cara bermainnya gimana ya? Oke, ini dia.
Legends hold great power. The legends we hold dearest are legends of hope, of creativity, and of bravery. And friendships that change the world forever. This is the legend of a united overworld. United by you.
Minecraft Legends is a brand new action strategy game from us at Mojang Studios in partnership with Blackbird Interactive. And I'm here with two of my amazing colleagues. Hey Magnus, hey Kevin.
Hello.
Okay, before we talk about the game, which I'm really ready to do, could you tell everyone what you do at Mojang?
Sure can. I'm the creative director at the game studio here in Stockholm.
Nice. And Kevin?
I am the narrative director for the game studio in Stockholm.
So you're going to tell us all about this amazing game we've all been waiting for. And first, I want you to tell everyone, what does it mean to be a legend?
I think the best way to start answering that question is to talk about storytelling in Minecraft, because stories in Minecraft mean something different than in most games.
They do.
In most games, most of the time, it's the game gives you a story, and then that's the story that you take. But in Minecraft, it's all about the stories that you make. And so every time you log on, I log on, all of our players log on, the stories that you make to all of our players, the stories you make are the most important stories in Minecraft. So with that understood, I think what it best means to be a legend. When we first announced the game, we did so with a scene of a villager reading a bedtime story to a villager child. And I think we can all understand that feeling of closing your eyes and hearing an impossible story that maybe isn't all true, but you wish it was. Maybe parts of it were. It's those kind of legendary what-ifs that we're going to add in Minecraft Legends for you to put into your next Minecraft story.
I really love that. It feels super complex, though. You're taking a game so many of us we know, we love, we've been playing for a long time, and then you're trying to interpret it into something new. How do you do it?
It's not easy to make a game. It never is. But this game, especially, like with a new team, both internally a little bit, when we just learn Minecraft, and not only the game but the whole experience of Minecraft, because it's larger than just the games. And then working together with Blackbird Interactive in Vancouver, just getting them into that spirit of the game, connecting back to original Minecraft, just recognize what's going on in the world and so on. Connecting everybody around that and focus on what we want to do with this game and get the new stuff in there, because we do want a differentiation between our games as well.
But you still want it, I mean, you're really bringing the spirit of our original Minecraft game and the feeling of, you're like, we're in this beautiful place. It's different than Minecraft, but it's something special. Where are we?
A little familiar still, but welcome to the Well of Fate. The Well of Fate is where we start our adventure in Minecraft Legends. It's where you enter the world. It's really the heart of the overworld in this story. And it's a place where over the course of the game, you're going to make some very important friends. I think we'll talk about it a little bit later.
We definitely will. I just love how, you know, you feel the Minecraftiness of it right away, the spirit of Minecraft, but you're adding so many new things. You come to the Well of Fate and you get really awesome tools. I'm stoked about them.
Yeah, when you come to the Well of Fate in the beginning of the game, you will be given a couple of tools that kind of gives you your ability in this world and in this game. So to begin with, you get the thing called the Flame of Creation.
Well, I mean, I don't need to know anything else. That's just so cool.
That's what you want to have, right?
It's awesome.
Yeah, the Flame of Creation is kind of like making it possible for you to build spawners that can bring new friends into the world that helps you out. Second thing you will be given is the Banner of Courage. And that's a banner that you can wave in the air and that will make your friends follow you. And then you can point them in different directions and tell them to do different tasks for you. And maybe the last but not least, my favorite, the loot, because you are given a loot that you can play, and that just play some music, and that will bring in the allies into the world. They love music, and they will help you to gather materials and build buildings and stuff in this world.
Cool, and everybody's going to get to see a lot of that as we play through and show a lot more of Minecraft Legends than people have seen before. Throughout the show, we've asked our creators to send us questions, so they can ask them directly to our team working on it, and you two get the first one.
All right. Ooh, nice.
Hola a todos, yo soy AlanFull98 y mi pregunta es: hay muchas cosas en el juego que se sienten familiares, pero se ven y actúan de manera diferente, como los piglins. ¿Cómo enfocaron el diseño de nuevas versiones de cosas que ya conocemos de Minecraft?
That is a really good question.
That is. And every good legend needs some good legendary danger.
Definitely.
And the danger in this game comes in the form and the smell a little bit of the piglins. For a while now, players have thought about what happened if the Nether would come for the overworld. And so even as far back as when the Nether update for Vanilla was being worked on, we started thinking about, we had zombie piglins in the game. What might they have been in a slightly less icky form?
Slightly less.
Slightly less, exactly.
Relatively fresh.
Yeah, here's an image of that kind of like from relatively early stages when the term period that Kevin is talking about, like how we explore how to, change things in the game and like feel like if they are now a total zombie state, how can we get them to be at least a relatively fresh thing? It's like a transition over their time. Here's another fantastic piece of art from that time period. Kind of like this is an era where we kind of like started to find that great balance between, being super cute, but also feeling a little bit of dangerous.
They're really cool. And you actually have added different hordes. So there's different piglin hordes that are gonna, not be nice, basically.
Yeah, as a rule.
Yeah, no, we have several different hordes, and they kind of like they bring different things to the game, so they look different, they play different, and just act differently, so you can get a new experience each time you encounter a new one.
And action strategy. What does that mean in this game?
Yeah, it's a bit of a new thing for us, and for many games, it's a unique combination in many ways for me. And we make games that we love to play. We have many people at the office who likes to play strategy games. So therefore, we want to experiment a little bit with that. But another thing with Minecraft games, we always have a hero and representation of the player in the game world. So that's super important. And when you have a hero, you want that hero to be able to do some stuff, right? So that's where the action combination comes in and so on. So you can ride around and you can have a fun time and just, swing your sword a little bit, have some environmental gameplay as we see here. We call those things jump caps, and they're like super cool. Just try and jump around, swing your sword a little bit, and with your sword you can defend against a few numbers of piglins and so on. But first and foremostly, we also have the strategy part where you're actually a commander in the game, like bringing your friends to help you fight because you can't take on the piglin threat on your own.
That's awesome. And you have friends that, are fighting alongside of you. We have some friends that guide you, but you also have just a lot of pure cuteness.
Yes, there is. The overworld in Legends is a very peaceful, cozy place. You can kind of look around us and see. And so there's a lot of mobs who will show up and be very curious about the hero. There's a little turtle following the hero there. Some of the mobs will be familiar to players of Minecraft already. but there will be some new little faces in there as well. And like I said, most of these creatures will be curious and will follow you around and start to learn about you. But some of them may help out a little bit. For example, our friend the llama. Turns out llamas really don't like piglins. And you know what happens if you make a llama mad.
Whew, good. Okay, so we'll take them, only the llamas with us, maybe. And you've added friends that, Kevin, you talked about earlier, that we would talk more about it. You added friends that really guide you in the game, which is so cool and very unique to Minecraft Legends.
Yeah. This is new for Legends and the kind of gameplay that we have here, because normally when you play Minecraft, you show up and the world is open to you, and there's really not a lot of immediate pressure. In Legends, however, the piglins have terrible manners. They're not going to give you any time. So
but I want to just hang out with the bounce caps and the cute animals.
There will be some time there, but in the meantime, piglins.
Yep.
So as soon as you arrive in the world, at the Well of Fate, like I said, you will meet some friends called the hosts. And the hosts are interesting characters that you'll get to know across the course of the game. And on screen, there's a shot of them. On the left, the tall one is foresight. On the right, the little one is knowledge. And the middle is action. And foresight, knowledge, and action are the characteristics, when we started thinking about these characters, that we think all Minecraft players, we all demonstrate every time we play Minecraft, is we see a hill, and foresight is coming up with a dream of what might be up there. Knowledge is the understanding of the crafting recipes and the ingredients that you need to make that real. And then action is the oomph, it's the hard work to make that a reality. So foresight, knowledge, and action will help you across the course of the game and hopefully become your friends.
I really love that. And Jens actually headed into Legends to meet up with the hosts so that you can all get to know them more.
Welcome back, Jens. What can I do for you today?
You're always so helpful, Foresight. We've been friends for a while, and I felt it was time to return the favor.
Thank you.
Anything I can do to help you with that?
Your timing is perfect. Let us hope your courage is as well. Come, action waits for us through the portal.
Action!
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 Where are you? Oh, hello. Nice little kitten.
Hello.
Oh, Action! It's good to see you.
I'm glad you're back. We really need help protecting the overworld. Do you know anything about that?
Maybe a thing or two.
Good. Somebody has to help us put an end to this.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but we might need a few more reinforcements.
The piglins are moving faster than we thought. We need more time.
Knowledge. What should we do?
Right now, we run!
Right.
What? Huh?
Surprise!
Oh, Jens.
He's a brave Jens.
He was really brave.
Yep. Oh my. Red skies. That means more piglins.
That means it's time for us to actually jump into the game. We have 4 amazing people ready to play. From our team at Mojang Studios, hi Anna. Hi Telemachus. And from our friends at Blackbird Interactive, Haley. And hi Pete.
Hello.
Pete, we're gonna start exploring with you, so let's jump in.
Let's do it.
Oh, come on. Who is that cool animal?
So this here is the regal tiger. It's one of the many new mobs that you'll see in Minecraft Legends, and it's one of the few that you'll be able to ride.
That's so cool. And throughout the game, you're always riding on one. And this one looks really fast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's one of the reasons why it's my favorite. And also because it's so adorable.
It is really adorable. So where are we going to go?
Well, I got a couple things planned where we should be heading over to help the rest of the team battle a piglin base. But there was a few things that I wanted to show off first.
I see the Well of Fate.
Yeah, you sure do. So this is the Well of Fate, as you mentioned. It is the player's home away from home when they're in the world of Legends. It's where you start the adventure and you return here many times throughout the course of the game, so you'll become very familiar with it by the end.
It's so beautiful. I love how peaceful and nice it is here.
Yeah, that's the idea. So actually here, I'm gonna scoop up some friends.
So you're using the Banner of Courage.
That's right. You just wave it around whenever there's a friendly mob nearby, and they'll follow you around. So we're gonna get a group of animals going here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
quite a bunch of cuties.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna take them for a swim, just for fun.
Okay, so they're coming with you for fun, but
That's
not
right.
to fight.
That's right. I mean, look at that pig's face. Would you send that face into battle?
No, definitely not.
I don't think so.
I would protect it, though. I'm ready.
So I had a couple more things I wanted to show. First off, with the allays, I'm going to ask the allays to gather this tree for me.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you can see them tearing down that tree. Players will be familiar with vanilla Minecraft, breaking down the world and rebuilding it block by block. In Legends, we like to say that you do that thought by thought. So the player just has to say, you know what, I need some wood, and then you ask the allays to gather it for you, and off they go.
That's so amazing. So they will stay there and just keep gathering as you go about your journey.
That's right. You can send them off to gather resources while you do more important things.
They're really nice friends.
They sure are. They sure are. So right over here is the next thing I wanted to show off. This is very similar to the bounce caps that you and Magnus were talking about. These sparkling bushes in front of me are called speedweed. Now, the player just needs to touch these and they'll get a speed boost. So we're going to use these here to rip through a few biomes and head over to the team battling the piglins.
Nice.
Off we go.
Wow, we're really fast now.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we're heading into the jungle here. We're going to hit some more speedweed, and then we're going to hit these bounce caps here. So we're going to be super fast and jump super high.
Oh, maybe some of our little cuties will catch up, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We might be too fast and too jumpy for them.
Yeah, we're not making it easy on them, but I have faith that they'll be able to keep up.
Whoa, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite biomes. It's partially because of how much fun it is to run across the treetops like I'm doing here, but also just because of how nice it looks.
Oh, it's beautiful. And the mangroves are there.
Yeah, that's right. So I wanted to show off this nice bird's eye view. Here we go of the jungle. You can see all the beautiful trees and stuff.
And the world is randomly generated, so it's always going to be a bit different.
That's right. Everyone's world will be different. The world is just like it is in vanilla Minecraft, where, you know, from one player to the next, the world is generated differently. So it makes the experience unique.
Very Minecrafty.
Yeah, we're going to head over to the Badlands next, but I've spotted something down on the forest floor that I want to show off first. So I'll head over here. And this is the second thing that the allays do for you. This is an allay chest, and essentially the allays will keep these stocked with resources. So you can find them in the world, crack them open, see what's inside. There we go. I got 107 diamond.
Thank you, allays.
That's right. Yeah. So as you're exploring the world and you find those chests around, be sure to open them up because the allays always have gifts for you. Oh, some of my friends managed to keep up.
Yeah,
That's great.
Good job.
Oh, hello, little llama. You should come with me. Here we are in the Badlands. So this is the second biome I wanted to show off.
Definitely not as friendly as the beautiful jungle.
Yeah. This one's a little bit more hazardous. We've got some red thorns over here. Be sure not to walk into those. Those can deal damage. And there's a lot less trees, so there's a lot less wood resource in this biome. So you have to keep that in mind when you're planning ahead.
Ooh, that doesn't look great over there.
No, it sure doesn't. This here is the piglin base. Now you can see the portal over there and the corruption that is spread throughout the world from that portal. And that's why we're here to stop it. We got to destroy that portal so that this corruption doesn't spread any further. Okay, now this is the last thing that I wanted to show that the allays can do. I'm going to switch my hotbar here, and I'm going to get the allays to build me a bridge across this river. One click, and off they go. Building
So we
this
have
bridge.
the blue allays are gatherers, and then the yellow ones are building things.
That's exactly right.
And then they're both filling chests of awesomeness. I mean, they are really great.
Yeah, they sure are. So I'm actually going to drop these friends off here. I don't want to bring them into battle. I don't want them to be
good.
hurt. Yeah, I'll be back for you later. Okay, next is the spawners. So here we are. We've got a few of them. These are player-built structures, and there's one for each type of mob. And essentially, you build them, you get your allays to build them, and then you interact with them to spawn some mobs. So this is a creeper spawner. We're going to spawn ourselves a couple of creepers.
I would say I've never been happy to spawn creepers, but maybe today is the first time.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, we're all aware of how dangerous they can be, but when you use them against the piglins, they're extremely effective.
And these are some new mobs, which I love.
That's right. These are the grindstone golems. So I'll grab a few of those. And then next, I'm going to get a couple of the plank golems.
And the strategy really comes in when you're deciding which mobs should be fighting the piglin hordes, because you're doing it in different ways.
That's exactly right. So what the player is going to do is they're going to come and check out the piglin base, much like this, see what sort of piglin units and piglin structures in the base, and then pick their mobs accordingly.
I see a lot of action, so we're going to head over to Lee
That
and
sounds
go
great.
like in the middle of battle.
We sure are. Okay, here we go.
Whew.
Yeah, Lee's riding across that bridge there. She's got a whole bunch of mobs with her. She's going
Whoa.
to send them into battle using the Banner of Courage. So that big piglin over there is a lava launcher. That is one of the most dangerous piglins you can find in the Horde of the Spore. This is a Horde of the Spore base. And that piglin, you really got to watch out for those. They can attack long range by shooting magma cubes at you. They can also do short range stomp attacks to destroy any mobs nearby.
And Lee has actually put her Elise to work helping out building those towers.
That's
which is
right.
really cool to actually have more defense.
That's right. The towers that she's got on the left and right side of the bridge here, those are arrow towers. They're going to shoot arrows at any piglins nearby. So what we're doing here is we're essentially moving our way into the base, taking out the piglin structures, setting up structures of our own, battling the piglins, and making a safe path towards the portal in order to take it out. So send in a few more mobs in here on the lava launcher to try and take it out before we move in on the portal. Now, Lee's been being handed off the mobs from one of our other players, from Anna, and that's a key part of playing the game in Legends. You have to make sure to use teamwork, everyone working together against the piglins.
Oh, that lava launcher looks like it's in trouble.
Oh, it's in big
There's
trouble.
a lot of mobs there.
It's in big trouble, yeah. It doesn't have much time left. Oh, there it goes.
Whoa.
Lava launcher down.
Okay, do you think we can take out this portal?
Oh, I know we can. Because we have a secret weapon. Here we go.
There's our secret weapon,
Yeah.
Telemarcus.
Coming
and
in with the first of stone. See this giant mob behind him? Scooping up a boulder, flinging it into the portal. That's the first
whoa,
of
and the
stone.
health bar is already down so quick.
Oh yeah, these piglins didn't know what hit them. Game over. 13%, a couple more shots. Hopla!
Great job, team. Okay, so I'm going to ask this on behalf of myself and everyone else. When can we play?
Yeah, that's the thing. I get that question all the time. My daughter,
And my boys, yeah.
Boys as
all
well.
of us want
a
to
lot.
know.
But
Yeah, and I'm happy to tell you today that it's spring 2023. So
That must be
not
so
too far.
exciting.
Very, very, very.
I mean, you've been working on this a long time, so I know we all can't wait to see the community playing.
Yep, absolutely.
And we're very excited for you all to play in spring 2023. And for the first time ever, here's the beginning of our game, the opening cinematic of Minecraft Legends.
action, knowledge, come with me. We must witness this together.
Oke, halo. Oke, itu guys. Oke, itulah guys. Apa? Demo. Itulah guys. Itu video mengenai demo Minecraft Legend ya. Dan juga mengenai menjelaskan tentang Minecraft Legend juga. Oke, peluncuran Minecraft Legend tersisa 1 jam lagi ya guys. Oke, bagi yang masih belum melakukan pre-order, silahkan belinya di Steam dan Windows ya. Bagi yang menggunakan komputer PC, nah, bagi yang menggunakan game konsol misalnya PlayStation, Xbox Series, sama Nintendo Switch, kalian bisa belinya di toko game terdekat ya. Kalau kalian sudah ada nanti di toko nanti. Oke, waktunya tersisa 1 jam lagi ya untuk peluncuran Minecraft Legend. Oke, untuk melihat harganya gimana untuk komputer PC. Nah, untuk melihat harga pada PC Windows, nah nanti ya setelah peluncuran dimulai. Oke, kalau gitu saya keluar dulu ya. Oke, silakan lihat jamnya atau mau lihat penjelasan lagi silakan guys. Oke, nanti ya. Oke, kalau gitu terima kasih. Oke guys, untuk hasil votingnya, untuk hasil votingnya, menurut Anda bagaimana dari penjelasan berikut dari video mengenai penjelasan PvP sama lainnya sama demo Minecraft Legend? Ya, dari hasil votingnya yang 100% itu luar biasa guys, ternyata luar biasa ya. Oke, ternyata luar biasa ya mengenai penjelasan Minecraft Legend itu luar biasa kan? Oke, nggak ada yang pilih yang bagus, lumayan dan tidak menarik ya, karena luar biasa yang paling bagus. Oke, ada lagi, ada yang menjawab bagus 33%. Oke, dan sepertinya ada yang menjawab bagus 33% ya. Tapi yang paling banyak itu luar biasa ya. Oke, yang luar biasa 67% votingnya. Oke, ayo masih ada yang belum voting silakan. Oh ya, dan satu lagi, jangan lupa berikan donasi ya guys untuk membeli Minecraft Legend nanti saya akan beli game ini. Jangan lupa dong beli donasi Minecraft, donasi nama Sociabuzz.com. Ini saya sediakan di deskripsi atau live chat sudah ada guys. Tapi di live chat sudah ada. Jangan lupa ya berikan dukungannya lewat donasi, linknya di deskripsi. dan juga di live chat. Dan jangan lupa follow Twitter ya, follow Twitter saya. Linknya saya sediakan di deskripsi. Oke, take one. Oke guys, waktunya tinggal 25 menit lagi ya peluncuran Minecraft Legends. Oke, nanti setelah tiba peluncuran Minecraft Legends, kita lihat aja berapa lama mau main game Minecraft Legends ini ya. Di Steam ya, di Steam dan juga Windows. Oke. Oke, Minecraft Legends peluncurannya tinggal 23 menit lagi ya. Oke, bagi yang masih belum voting, silahkan voting ya. Dan juga jangan lupa berikan dukungan kepada like ya. Ini saya sediakan di deskripsi. Oke. Oke, waktu tinggal 23 menit lagi untuk peluncuran Minecraft Legends. Nah, untuk harganya kita akan tentukan setelah tiba peluncurannya ya. Oke, di Steam dan juga di Windows. Oke, itu yang komputer PC ya. Oke, kita keluar.
know the sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me. Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Can you hear, can you hear, can you hear my voice? Coming through, coming through, coming through the noise. standing still at the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
Oke, waktu tinggal 5 menit lagi untuk peluncuran game Minecraft Legends. Oke, ingat kembali ya, untuk melihat harganya, harga game ini kita cek di Steam dan juga Windows ya. Bisa di website yang masih di Minecraft. Oke, 5 menit lagi peluncuran Minecraft Legends. Oke, terima kasih. Oke, waktunya tinggal 40 detik lagi untuk persiapan peluncuran Minecraft Legend. 30 detik lagi. Ayo. 20 detik lagi. Ayo. Sebentar lagi. Kita hitung sama-sama ya. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dan voila! Akhirnya peluncuran Minecraft Legends dimulai. Oke, sudah dimulai game Minecraft Legends-nya. Oke, nah kita akan menentukan. Oke, sekarang kita akan menentukan berapa harga. Oke, sekarang kita akan menentukan. Sebentar ya. Oke, yang ini. Oke, hari ini kita akan menentukan berapa harga. Oke, sekarang kita akan menentukan berapa harga game Minecraft Legends ini. Oke, pertama kita mulai dari dengan dulu. Minecraft Legends yang di sini harganya Rp545 ya guys. Nah, untuk yang gratis dulu harganya Rp245 ya guys. Harganya ya guys, harganya mahal harganya. Harganya mahal ya. Kita akan baca waktu ini di sini ya guys. Mengenai info mengenai Minecraft Legends. Dan juga kita akan minimumnya, kita akan baca ini ya. Oke, kita akan baca data minimumnya. Oke.
I'm here with two of my amazing colleagues. Hey Magnus, hey Kevin.
Hello.
Okay, before we talk about the game, which I'm really ready to do, could you tell everyone what you do at Mojang?
Sure can. I'm
Masih ada suara kan? Oke, halo untuk Epic 011. Halo Epic 011 ya. Oke, jangan lupa ya persyaratan minimumnya sama sendiri. Oke, kalau kalian ingin bayarnya di Steam, silakan login menggunakan akun Steam dan bayar menggunakan akun Dana atau segala macamnya. Oke, itu ini harga untuk Steam. Nah, untuk harga Windows, nah kita cek dulu. Bentar ya. Nah, kita cek harganya Windows. Bentar. Nah, untuk harga Windows. Nah, untuk harganya dari Windows. Oke, untuk harga yang Gen Pass atau Xbox ya. Oke, harganya untuk harga Minecraft yang di Windows, harganya $39,99 ya. Itu hampir $40. Atau kalau untuk versi deluxe, nah itu harganya $49,99 karena memakai skin ada tambahan ya. Itu hampir $50. Oke, kita akan mencetak itu deluxe skin pack selama ini akan ya kalau menambahkan account. Harganya $14,99, itu hampir $15. Oke, itu harga PlayStation. Nah, untuk harga PlayStation. Untuk harga Minecraft Legends untuk yang bahasa Cina, Inggris, Korea, Jepang, dan tradisional Cina itu harganya Rp579.000 ya, Rp579.000. Kalau kalian ingin game konsolnya PlayStation, kalau kalian menggunakan game konsolnya PlayStation, ini harganya guys, harganya Rp579.000. Nah, untuk ini yang versi biasa. Kalau yang versi deluxe, nah harganya Rp699.000. Nah, sertifikasi untuk Cina, Inggris sama ya tadi ya. Harganya Rp699.000. Oke, ini untuk yang PS4 dan PS5. Oke, ini hanya digunakan untuk yang PS4 dan PS5. Oke, kita cek lagi. Oke, untuk yang harga Xbox Series yang X, S atau yang biasa misalnya, nah itu harga mereka Legend yang biasa tuh harganya Rp550, harganya Rp550 lebih ya. Mau beli edisi yang mana? Yang mereka Legend biasa atau yang versi deluxe? Nah, harga mereka Legend ini harganya Rp550 untuk yang Xbox. Tapi kalau yang versi deluxe harganya Rp750. Oke, yang versi deluxe harganya Rp750. Oke. Maaf ya kalau bisa ya. Oke, itu harganya ya, harga deluxe. Nah, untuk yang Nintendo Switch ya. Nah, itu harga Minecraft Legend versi digital itu harganya $39,99. Itu hampir $40 ya. Kalau untuk versi deluxe, nah untuk versi deluxe yang bicycle itu harganya $49,99. Itu hampir $50 ya. Itu sama kayak digital. Ya sama kayak digital. Mau pilih yang mana, bicycle atau yang digital? Itu yang versi untuk edisi yang deluxe. Untuk yang edisi deluxe. Nah, kayaknya mau pilih yang mana? Mau yang Minecraft Legend biasa? Mau pilih yang Minecraft Legend biasa atau yang edisi yang deluxe? Silahkan pilih sesuka hatimu ya. Silahkan. Nah, untuk Nintendo Switch ini supportnya TV, tabletop, dan handheld ya. Handheld ya, kayak itu kan konsol. Oke. Jadi kalian mau game konsol atau mau yang PC? Nah, untuk bagi yang menggunakan PC silahkan belinya di Steam atau yang di Windows ya, Windowsnya Xbox. Nah, untuk yang game konsol kalian belinya di website ini ya, yang untuk Nintendo, PlayStation sama Xbox Series yang S, X, apa lagi saya nggak tahu. Oke. Oke guys, itu saja ya. Sebentar ya, saya cek dulu. Oh ya guys, kalau gitu, guys, kalau gitu saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih sudah mengikuti live ini. Pastikan jangan lupa berikan dukungan lewat donasi ya, karena saya mau beli game ini guys. Kalau kalian suka game ini, oke. Jangan lupa like dan subscribe, like dan komentar pada live ini. Dan jangan lupa subscribe channel ini ya. Oke, kalau kalian bermanfaat pada channel saya. Dan jangan lupa ya, follow Twitter saya. Linknya saya sudah sediakan di deskripsi. Dan linknya saya sudah sediakan di deskripsi ya, follow Twitter ya. Jangan lupa. Dan jangan lupa berikan dukung saya lewat donasi via sociabuzz.com. Linknya saya sudah sediakan di deskripsi juga ya. Ada 2 linknya kayaknya. Ada 2 link. Pilih salah satu ya. Kalau gitu saya mengucapkan terima kasih sudah mengikuti live ini. Dan jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe ya. Like, comment, dan subscribe channel ini karena bermanfaat pada channel ini. Kalau gitu, dan inilah guys video terakhir kita. Dan inilah guys video terakhir, yaitu Minecraft Legend peluncuran resmi trailer. Saya ulangi lagi. Dan ini guys peluncuran video. Dan ini guys video peluncuran Minecraft Legend, yaitu trailer peluncuran resmi ya. Minecraft Legend video Minecraft Legend trailer peluncuran resmi. Saya buka dulu sebentar ya. Kalau gitu terima kasih sudah menonton video live ini dan sampai jumpa. dan sampai jumpa di lain waktu atau pada video berikutnya lagi. Oke? Kalau gitu selamat malam dan sampai jumpa. Bye.
What makes the difference between a story and a legend? Is it the cruelty of its villains or the bravery of its heroes? Is it companionship? Friendships forged against overwhelming odds? Or the story of a struggle that changes the flow of time? After the details have faded into dreams, what will we remember? Ultimately, it's the tales that capture our hearts and give us reason to hope. When the bravery of the world is greater than the forces of evil combined, that is when legends are born.